Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another gameplay video, and today we're heading to Timeless with a Primeval Titan deck. So Primeval Titan is a 6 mana 6/6 with trample, and whenever it ETBs or attacks you may search your library for up to 2 land cards. That's any land cards, not just basic land cards. Put them onto the battlefield tapped and then shuffle. So the idea, we have a lot of lands that do different things. And the main combo really is Field of the Dead, probably one of the most powerful lands ever printed. It ETBs tapped and taps for a colourless, but then it also has, when it or another land ETBs under your control, if you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. This land is so powerful it's actually banned in Historic Brawl. So the idea is we get this and other lands when we've got 7 or more lands with different names and just produce a lot of zombies, which is why we have a lot of seemingly random lands, but this is to ensure that we have enough lands with different names. We also have cards like lands like Bajuka Bog, which we don't have any black cards, but it exiles target player's graveyard. So if we're playing against a graveyard themed deck, we can get this land and basically stop their gameplay. Castle Garenbrig, we can basically cast Primeval Titan just with the castle, and other things like Gates of Manaborn lets us seek a non-land. County Garden creates a 0/1 if we need to, and then lots of dual lands just to get that land name count up. We also have a Nixos. We are in mono green, so we'll have a few mono green pips on the battlefield. So the game plan is essentially either to ramp into the Titan with cards like Arboreal Grazer and Kami of Bamboo Groves. They are pretty much the same. Of when they ETB, they allow you to put a land from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. So this will increase our land count, getting us closer to 7 different lands. We also have Sylvan Scribe, search your library for any land card, reveal it, put it into our hand. So again, we can search up cards like Bajuka Bog or Basage if we need to deal with things in particular. Once upon a time, let's just look at the top 5 cards of our library. You may reveal a creature or land, put them into your hand tapped. Put them into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of the library in a random order. And if it's a first spell we cast this game, we can cast it without paying its mana cost. So if it's an opening hand, we can just cast it for free essentially. Spelunking is when it ETBs, you draw a card, you can put a land on your battlefield onto the battlefield, but also it causes lands we control to enter the battlefield untapped. So lands we get with Primeval Titan or we put into play with the Arboreal Grazer or Kami, ETB untapped, which is very, very powerful. And this makes this deck more like the classic Amulet Titan deck. There's a card called Amulet Vigor, which does something similar. It causes permanents to enter the battlefield untapped. We also have Fierce Empath. When it ETBs, search your library for a creature card with mana to value 6 or greater, reveal it, put it into your hand. And we do have a few creatures 6 or greater, not just Primeval Titan. We also have Generous Ent. We have 1 copy of this. It's 6 mana 5/7 with reach. When ETBs, create a food token, but probably more importantly, it has Forest Cycling 1, so we can pay 1 to discard it. Search our library for a forest card. So is it any forest card? So we can get a commercial district or a stomping ground or a temple garden. Put it into our hand. So again, we get another differently named land card, and it also helps us hit our land drops. And we can play in the late game if we need to. Titan of Industry, a 7 mana 7/7 reach of trample. When it ETBs, choose 2. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Target player gains 5 life. Create a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior creature token, or put a shield counter on a creature control. A shield counter. This says whenever a permanent would next take damage or is destroyed, remove that shield counter instead. So a very, very powerful card. And then Kratos Behemoth, an 8 mana 5/5 with haste. When it ETBs, creatures you control gain trample and get +X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. So if we have a lot of zombie tokens from Field of the Dead, this will give our board a massive boost and probably allows us to swing in for lethal. The other way to get Primeval Titan, or maybe one of our finishers, is natural order. 4 mana sorcery. As an additional cost to the spell, sacrifice a green creature, so one of our Arboreal Grazer or Kami of Bamboo Groves, or Fierce Empath. We don't need it after we've got its ETB trigger. And then you can search the library for any green creature card, put it on the battlefield and shuffle. So essentially we can Arboreal Grazer, hit our land drops, turn 3, natural order, get a Primeval Titan or a Kratos Behemoth if you already have a large board. That is the deck. It is very powerful and pretty simple. It's ramp, get out a big creature, get more land, get out bigger creature, win. I hope you all enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the gameplay. So this is not a keepable hand. We're on the draw and we don't have any of our 1 mana rampers, so this is a mulligan. This is better. We will put back the field. We don't necessarily need that yet. So turn 1 we can grazer, put down the citadel, put that on green. Turn 2 put down the bog. Hopefully draw another land. They are playing Lurus, which means they're a graveyard deck, so we may want to hold off on the Bojuka Bog. Drawing an extra land would be good, because then we could maybe play the Empath, get our Primeval Titan, or maybe channel the Kami and get 2 additional forests. Our opponent thinking about what to do. Thinking long and hard. There we go. We lose 3 life. Another land's a good draw. We'll put in our Sunken Citadel on green. And depending on our draw next turn, if we draw another land, we'll play the Kami and put that land in play. Then the next turn we can play Fierce Empath. So Lurus allows each during one of your turns you may cast a permanent spell of mana value 2 or less from your graveyard, which suggests they are a graveyard themed deck. And Bump in the Night suggests they are, as it's got flashback. So once they have a few more cards in their graveyard, Bojuka Bog will be particularly devastating. Bojuka Bog's one of the lands you generally want to hit with Primeval Titan. Another Fierce Empath. We'll put this on Giant. It doesn't really matter. They're not in blue, so we're not going to counter it. We will... Tell you what, let's play out the Empath. Yeah, we're going to... We'll search for our Primeval Titan. Next turn, we will channel the Kami to hit our land drop. Opponent taking their time again. Fine, I don't really mind blocking. If they've got a spell to take out the Grazer, then that is fine. I'm not bothered by that. Ooh, Natural Order is a good draw for next turn. We can Natural Order, sacrifice the Empath. Get down another Primeval Titan. They're stuck on land drops. Maybe that's what they're thinking about. They've got 6 cards in hand. Unless they're all mana value 3 or more. Which, seeing as they have Idol of the Great Revel, which does damage, does 2 to whenever a player casts a spell with mana value 3 or less. Maybe they do just have big cards. And maybe they are... they've had enough. They don't seem to have any things at instant speed. We will get Castle Garenbrig, and there's no point getting Field of the Dead yet. Let's get Nykthos, because next turn we can cast another Primeval Titan, and then we will be able to get value from our Field of the Dead. That's if they're still here. It seems like they're not. An Eidolon deck really needs to hit their land drops to be able to cast their spells that cost more than 3. But it's not looking like they're here. So it looks like this game is over. I just think earlier we probably shouldn't have played our Fierce Empath. We should have channeled our Cami to hit our land drop that turn. In the grand scheme of things, it's not made much difference, but it is something that we probably should have done. Well, let's get a Field of the Dead and a Blast Zone. Play a Field of the Dead. Get another Field of the Dead. Field of the Dead not being legendary as well makes it so much better. We now have 10 2/2s. All from this turn. As I said, I don't think they're here, so it shouldn't take too much longer. I think at this stage it should just be a concession, but I'm sure it won't be. Oh no, it is a concession. Yeah, it's a shame that that happened, but it seems to happen quite a lot. But a good result for us, showed the power of Primeval Titan. No 1 mana Cami or Grazer. So I think this is a mulligan. I'm going to keep this and put the Titan. And hopefully, once upon a time. Same as once upon a time can find. There we go, an Arboreal Grazer. So turn 1, I think we play the Windswept Heath. Oh, we are in the mirror match. Almost exactly the mirror match. Since we're going to play Windswept Heath. Get our Grazer down. They've got the Cami. We've got our Stomping Ground in hand. So we will get a Temple Garden, shop that in, and we'll put in our Stomping Ground. Well, it will enter tapped. Essentially, I think if they have Natural Order in hand, they probably got this. What we'll do is Temple Garden, Stomping Ground. So we'll just get a forest so it comes into play. We'll get down Spelunking, draw a card, and put Castle Gambrig onto the battlefield. So next turn we can Natural Order, sacrifice the Grazer, get down Titan. They don't have Natural Order, so we will be ahead. And then we can Fierce Empath to get another Titan from our hand into our hand and cast that. The next turn they'll be able to cast their own Titan. Well, there's a Crater Hoof we don't necessarily need. Yeah, let's sacrifice the Grazer for Primeval Titan. We will get Field of the Dead and our land 2 come into play untapped. And a Sunken Citadel on green. We'll play out our Boseiju. And we'll play out our Fierce Empath to get another Primeval Titan. Yeah. They might be able to give their Titan haste with Hanweir Battlements. I'm not particularly fussed about, seeing as we're about to get another Titan in play and create a lot of zombies. That's a good draw. We might be able to get down Crater Hoof Behemoth this turn as well. So we will get out just 2 Field of the Deads. Swing in. Yes. Even though we were on the draw against the mirror match, I think the fact that we had turn 4 Natural Order where they didn't, and then we got that second one into our hands with Fierce Empath, we just managed to run away with it, really. So yeah, a really, really good result against the mirror match. So we've got a good hand. We can play a Forest, Cami, play Cavern of Souls, and then turn 2 Sylvan Scrying, so we hit a land drop, and then Natural Order for the Primeval Titan on turn 3, and then we can get another Titan into our hand with Fierce Empath. Our opponent thinking about whether to take a mulligan. There we go. Let's see what we're up against. Oh good, Ragavan. But at least our Cami can block it. Let's get down the cavern. Let's just put it on giant. Ragavan is going to run away with the game, I think, but seeing as we do have the natural order in hand, we just need like the creature to survive. Oh well, that's going to be a problem. If I was them, I'll take the natural order. We'll put the Bessager into play. Oh, another one. Wow. Yes, this game hasn't really gone as planned. A layer of the Hydra would be good to block Ragavan. They stole our Empath to get Atroxa. Let's get our layer of the Hydra. At least it can then block Ragavan. And then, if it survives, Field of the Dead can come down and start churning out tokens. So we're not completely out of it. See, drawing a Primeval Titan would be really good. They are a way away from casting Atroxa. So it'll be a... Does it survive though? You know what? I would rather block and have the Hydra survive and that way Field of the Dead can churn out a token and we can create a bigger Hydra next turn. Oh, I think that was probably the worst Faithless looting I've ever seen. We could natural order away our own layer of the Hydra. Just to get Primeval Titan down. Get 2 more Field of the Deads. Churn out a lot of zombies. Are you going to draw with the castle? They are. They're going to take a bit of a hit. Seeing as we have a lair and a decent amount of mana. Yeah, they're not attacking with their Agavan. They have 1 mana left. We know they have a lightning bolt and they're not afraid to use it. Okay, Cammy. I think they do have a lightning bolt. I'm going to swing him with a zombie, see what happens. They definitely have something. There is definitely a stick. I'm going to hold off on the natural order because I think they've got a removal spell. I don't mind blocking the Ragavan with the Cammy. They are still quite away from casting a Troxer. Even with a Dark Ritual they wouldn't be able to because they only have black and red. They would need more treasure to be able to, for the... Wow. Okay, that is... That's one way to do it, I suppose. So they're going to refill their hand, but we are going to see what they've got. Well, lightning bolts. Lots and lots of lightning bolts. Maybe I should have done it. And then they can reanimate the Troxer again. That wasn't the right play, I don't think. Because now we can just... I don't think that was the right play either. We can just natural order our own lair of the Hydra. Although Gristlebrand... Yeah, alright. Okay. Yeah. They didn't need to lightning bolt our Cammy then, but sneak attacking in a Troxer and Gristlebrand obviously made it... Well, they would just be able to swing in for lethal there. So, yeah, fair enough. I think we should, if we natural ordered when we did, when we could have done, we may have been in a better position. But actually, I think we probably would have still lost. Two Once Upon a Times. We can only cast one for free. And we don't have... Well, let's see if we hit one of our Cammies or Grazers. We do not. Yeah, so that wasn't great. We just looked at over 10% of our deck. And we have 8, so what's that, about 12%? You know, we really should have seen that. So what we'll do, we can Once Upon a Time at the end of our opponent's turn. opponent seems to be playing an interesting deck. Food. We'll take the Glazer. Well, there's a... Makes me regret not playing the green source. Because I would like to have kept Windswept Heath for a Primeval Titan. A natural order would be really good. So what are they playing for 4? Oh, 1 ring. They do like their candy trails. And they've got a bit of a sweet tooth. We'll play out the Empath to get a Primeval Titan. And then play the Scry in to get a Castle Garenbrig. That way we can give our we can activate Garenbrig, cast our Titan, give our Titan haste with Hanweir Battlements. Maybe. We might not be able to. I think we'd actually need to draw a land for that. But let's see what they've got. I reckon I might have to play the Titan to destroy the reservoir. Destroy, and then let's put a shield counter on the Titan. Play out a land. Swing in. Assert dominance with our 0/0s, with our 0 powered creatures. They only have 1 coloured mana. Well, they've got a second reservoir. We'll crack the Windswept Heath. Get down a commercial district. Sure. And this is where we get Field of the Dead. And we'll get Nykthos because we've got a lot of devotion. And we'll put a Stomping Grounds. Give our Titan haste. We'll get a Field of the Dead and whatever in the graveyard. Nothing they're going to get back. So we'll just get another Field of the Dead. down to 6. They are going to be able to gain a lot of life. But we do have... We have like over 30 power on the deck. But now all their artifacts are going to be free. Well, cheaper. Yeah. We might be in trouble here. They do only have 1 card left. And we have over 30 power. Now they've got more cards. Yeah, I think unless we draw a Crater Hoof... Well, actually, no, that doesn't make a difference now. And next turn, they'll be able to activate Aetherflux Reservoir to, I say, ping us with 50. It's not quite a ping, but I can do that now. Yeah, we were almost there. We had a bit of a slow start, not having any ramp on turn 1. Why don't they just kill us? All we need to do is activate Aetherflux Reservoir and hit us for 50. I don't know why they carried on not doing that. But, you know, all we need to do is do that and end the game. Oh, we don't have our 1 mana ramp again. Do we risk trying to find it with Once Upon a Time? Sure, we can shock out of Stomping Grounds. Well, actually, that is if we hit it. Ragavan? Oh no, Kumano. Are we in stand all of a sudden? We did hit the Grazer. We will shock out Stomping Ground. But we'll just play the Fountain to get back that life. Next turn we can Sylvan Scrying. They seem to be full on burn. Yeah. We will Sylvan Scrying. We'll get a Castle Garenbrig. Yeah, I'll keep the Generous Ent just in case, you know, well, we will be able to play it in the not too distant future. But next turn we can Empath to find our Primeval Titan. The Ent having reach, I think, will be good. I'll block with the Grazer. If they want to shock it, I don't mind. Let's have a Lightning Bolt. Where's a Crater Hoof? Let's get down our Titan. I've only got 2 cards in hand, so I don't think they'll be able to kill us. But I might have to play out the Ent to get the 1 reach and 2 food token. Because we are going to be at probably more or less than 5. Good thing we blocked. Although I think we're actually in trouble anyway. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are out of luck. Having to pay life to crack out Wooded Foothills meant we couldn't get down the end. And in fact, even just getting down the end, we'd be able to block the Slick Shot show off, but not the etching. So again, I think we were just a bit too slow there. Could have really done with a natural order. So yeah, we've got a decent opening hand. And we are on the play, so we'll get down Windswept Heath, crack it, get Stomping Grounds, shock it in. Obviously we need to draw more land. There is more land. White, blue, so I think Cavern of Souls will be quite useful. I've got another fetch. I think we need to hit our land drops. They have a stick, but I know there's only 1 mana spell that can counter creatures. It may have been a brainstorm. So just drawing into Primeval Titan would be good. If not, we can do it in 2 turns, assuming things don't get countered. Well, that means they are tapped out, that's good. We'll get our Primeval Titan. And we will just channel Rakami again. Hopefully they tap out, but if they have a counter spell, they know we've got the Titan, so they probably won't. Hopefully we draw Cavern of Souls. Esper, blue, black and white. Obviously I think they're digging for those power 9s. They can crack the Delta to shuffle their library to get rid of what they've put on top. Another Hallowed Fountain. They've shocked in as well. Also, they could have Pact and Legation, so it may not matter if they tap out. They've got something. Once upon a time. Let's see what we hit with it. Another Primeval Titan's okay. Well, let's give it a go. We're going to have to get counter spells out of their hand. Ooh, maybe they haven't got any. In which case, I'll definitely search for Cavern of Souls and a Field of the Dead. On Giant. Annoyingly, it attacked my Hanweir Battlements, so I can't smash in straight away. But next turn, depending on what happens, well, that's a problem. Let's seek straight away. Primeval Titan. Titan of Industry, sorry. Problem with this deck having 0 removal. Because even if we get a Crater Hoof, that's not going to be enough. Well, I won't do anything because of Elish Norn. But we can get down second Titan and give it haste. Could have done that last turn and should have done that last turn. Well, okay. Now we can't get our Titan down. We definitely should have got it down. We can get rid of Elish Norn. Well, they are really searching, well, putting as many copies of Power 9 into their deck as they can. Wow. They are scrying like their lives depended on it. They have got a few more power 9s in there, so... But on our turn, if we get another turn, we can blast zone away the Hellish Norn. Wow. They only have 2 cards, so these are not the most impactful. And they've not swung in with their Hellish Norns at all. I think they could have actually won by now. They just haven't attacked with their Hellish Norn. They kept one on top, which is never a good sign. Yeah, that's not great. So let's play a forest. Let's tap, tap, and tap. We'll put our commercial district down. Sure. Let's... Kraloth won't really do anything. Let's get Titan. Let's get 2 more. I don't know if they've got any way to... Let's get the Duke of Bog just to get rid of their graveyard. And then we will give Titan haste. Get our last Field of the Dead, and then let's get a Windswept Heath. Also, they can kill the Titan. they do have 80 cards in their deck, most of which I think are, well, I'll say most of which I think are the power 9, but evidently not. They didn't like, they must have whiffed at the end there and not had anything on top that they could play. Which I don't understand how it was. If it was a land, they could have played it from the top and not from their hand. But, well, yeah, a good result in the end and a long, grindy game. It's an okay hand. We are on the draw, which is unfortunate, but we can graze up and then Sylvan Scrine on turn 2. Well, at least a red deck. They played a Shatter Skull Smashing. Let's get down the battlements. With a Duke of Bog, we kind of want to save it for a bit later, just in case they do have any graveyard synergies. But in red, that is unlikely. Chalice of the Void on 1. Which is not the end of the world. Let's play the Scrine they know about. Let's get a Castle Garenbrig. We can natural order next turn. Actually, if we get an untapped land. Probably should have played the Bajuka Bog that turn. Untapped land. Untapped land. Right, let's get a Primeval Titan. We will get a we'll just get 2 Field of the Deads. No, let's get a Command District. And then a Gate to Manaborn. That'll get countered by a Chalice. They can kill a Primeval Titan, but we do have another one in hand. Blood Sun? Oh, all lands lose all abilities. That's a bit irritating, but not the worst thing in the world. It does mean Field of the Dead doesn't do anything. But we can do something about it next turn. And we will get a Crater Hoof. Because what we can do next turn is natural order the Fierce Empath to get a Titan of Industry, destroy the Blood Sun, and go from there.
I'm the best fire starter there is. So this is gonna hurt.
Yeah. So we will... Okay. We will watch our opponent scoop. Yeah, so what we'd have done is natural order, sacrifice the Fierce Empath, get our Titan of Industry, destroy the Blood Sun. We can then give the Titan haste. We might even be able to get down our Primeval Titan. Although I'm not sure we would have been able to. and just smash in and get a lot more lands and activate Field of the Dead. Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to the wrap up. We played 12 games with this deck with a 58% win rate, so above average. Some of the games were quite long and grinding. We got there in the end. One of the games we almost won, but it was an Aetherflux Reservoir deck and it just went off, which is annoying because we destroyed their first Aetherflux Reservoir, but then they had another one in hand. Which was just, sometimes that happens. If they didn't have another one in hand, I think we would have won comfortably. And even though, so the win rate's above average, but it's not fantastic. But even though I think it's a very, very enjoyable deck, when you get out an early Primeval Titan and smash in and just create 10 zombie tokens, or, create a lot of zombie tokens and then create a Hoop Behemoth, it's just great fun. I think the only problem with the deck is there's no removal. The only thing we can remove are artifacts and enchantments, and that's literally with Titan of Industry. We can only do that once. So the idea is we get our stuff before they get their stuff. And we did that on one of the games, was a mirror match. We were on the draw, but we had turn 4 natural order. They didn't. And that was the big difference, really. So a really, really fun deck to play. And obviously there is an archetype of this deck that's been in Modern, I think, for a long time of Amulet Titan with Primeval Titan, Amulet Vigor, and we can do that a bit with Primeval Titan and Spelunking. So good that we can get some semblance of reasonably famous decks on Arena now, and I think we're going to be getting more and more of those, especially with Modern Horizons 3 around the corner. So I had a great time playing this deck. I hope you all had a good time watching it. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. It does wonders for the channel. And I'll see you all in my next video.